Hello, I'm Anna Marie and you are watching Creative Craft Channel. Today what I would like to show you is how to make this lovely flower arrangement. Okay? And what you're going to need to make this flower is literally a choice of your flower that you have at home, selection of stamens, and what I am going to actually be using as well is this beautiful mixed flower buds, which are essentially sprigs, but you can actually pull them apart and give yourself just extra stamens. But what these look like, they're not just pearl, they're also micro-beaded finish and foamy textured finish, and that's what adds the extra interesting factor to your projects. Right, so what you're going to need is just a scrap piece of card, and just you can cut it just roughly, as you see, in a non-regular size. Fold it in half, half again, and where you have this corner, folded corner, just put your thumb just on that side and cut a little bit of a circle. This is never going to be a perfect circle, as you can see, but you can trim it down into something that is close by. You don't have to worry about this part in particular, because this is a base. That's where everything else is just going to be placed. Right, so what you're also going to need is pinflair glue. And I am applying a nice chunky amount to my circle. And you will probably wonder, why do I need so much of pinflair glue? But I can promise you that this amount of glue will serve me a couple of purposes, and it will save me a lot of time. So now what we're going to do is go for our stamens. So if you just begin with one color, and let's say this is your green, then you can go for two blues. And these pearlescent stamens are just beautiful. I take two of them, and just at the end, I kind of very gently twist them. This is just for me to actually pop them in together without much problem, really. Okay, now I've already taken another blue, but what I wanted to go for is actually white. So I need to concentrate. And this is white. Now I'm going back to my green, and now blue. And as you can see, what I am doing, I'm alternating the colors. I would like to point out that the pinflair glue, you do not apply too close to the edge of your circle. You really want to just leave yourself that little gap there. And now green again. So I'm just going to go for this lovely micro beaded finish. And blue again. You can also see that I am not squashing the pinflair glue. It's important that you do not press down. These stamens are very light, very delicate. So as long as you just put it down and gently just touch it, it will be absolutely secured. And I'm back to green now. And white. And now green. So I'm just going to go for the foamy effect. And blue again. This type of flower is one of my all-time favorite flowers. It's simply because you can actually essentially create so many different variations using so many different products. And each time you will create a completely unique flower. So what I have done here is like an outer circle. What I'd like to do now is just take different couple of stamens, and I've got this beautiful, beautiful light green color stamen that I am just going to pop them just randomly here and there. But one thing to remember is just go slightly inside of the circle so they're a little bit shorter than your other stamens showing. Right, so we're now creating a little bit busier circle, as you can see, and we're almost done with this part. Just a few more. And again, as you can see, I am not pressing down my pin flare glue just yet. We've got another item to come, and again that item will change a flower and make it even more beautiful and bouncy. So this product that I'm going to use next is called dried flowers. This is a natural product, and you can break it into smaller pieces. And this is why the pin flare glue in this amount is so essential, because all I am doing now is just adding my dried flowers onto my pin flare. And you can see that it's not really shouting and screaming, it's not clashing with anything else, but it's just adding that lovely, bouncy look to it. Just a few more to finish this off. And next part of a flower is done. As long as you touch the pin flare glue, you're absolutely fine. So break a few more pieces. And that is done. Okay, lovely. As you can see, I have a little circle here, wooden circle, which enables me to actually spin the circle rather than actually handling the flower. So now I'm back to my big center rose, and I'm applying a fab glue to the back of it. And this is another lovely product, which is called Voile. Pop it to the back, and you can have as much as you like, but if you keep the voile flat to the back of your flower, it's just going to look a little bit sort of flat. What you want to do, gather the voile in, just like you see now. This will definitely create this very textured, very bouncy look. And because it's see-through, obviously the glue, the one blob of glue that I've applied, it's absolutely enough. So if you think you've got too much outside, just gather in to the back a little bit more, and you should be fine. Right, so this is what we have here, and this is going to go in the middle. Now, if you always think to yourself, I've got a little bit too much showing, you could always just pull a couple of fibers out, just to create more sort of shabby look. And I'm going to stick this flower with the pin flare glue. Just a little bit in the middle. You can see I've got still pin flare showing on the outside, so that will be absolutely fine. And I'm placing it in the center. Now that my flower is done, I am actually going to press it down. But one thing I'm going to add to this arrangement is this lovely product called crushed ice. It's beautiful and sparkly, and all I'm doing is using a pin flare glue on my finger. I am smudging and touching my flower just a little bit in few places, like you see. And now adding the magic to it. And also, if you have any other areas of pin flare or any other glue showing, you could obviously sprinkle that onto it, and that will beautifully, beautifully cover everything. So, that is the flower I have just created. It's a very, very easy flower to make. And as I said, you can create so many different variations. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll be making lots of flowers. Thank you.